am. I am a chosen generation. We're called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm walking in power. I'm walking in miracles. I live a life of favor, 'cause I know who I am. So you're welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this conversation today. I began with a song of Sinach because it reminded me of the power in which we are working. And I know that you are also working in power and that God has a special purpose for your life. Today we are having a very interesting conversation prior to the conversation of the Women's Week, International Women's Week, that is taking place from tomorrow. Many people all over the world celebrate women. But the question is there a reason to celebrate Women Day, International Women Day? Why this day? Today we have the conversation and godly women in business. Should Christian women do business? This is my conversation today with you, and I'm hoping that we're going to have an interactive conversation. Send your questions. If you are interested to join me in the platform, then let me know so that I can also send you the link and so we can exchange on this topic. The conversation of women being in business is always very controversial, and I have been asking myself many times, why is it controversial? Why is it difficult for many humans to really accept the fact that woman being can also be in business and also strive in business and of course make it also very well? We know the story of the woman in the Bible, the virtuous woman, a stereotype, an example many people want to take, but I realize that even though many people love that as an example, still find it difficult to believe that it is possible and still find it difficult to accommodate that in the community, in their own personal lives. And so today we're going to be talking about womanhood, business, and God in all the things that we do. Why God actually? Because He created all things, and all things is from Him and for Him. And that's why it's all about Him. And then, of course, why business? We don't want to get into the definition of business today. But like I said, for me, it's important today to have an interactive conversation with you. If you have any questions in this regard, let me know, let us know, and let us exchange. Now, let's start the conversation today. We're going to, first of all, define what business is. Who can do business? What kind of businesses are there to be done? Are women, and especially godly women, Christian women, also supposed to do business? Are there any biblical examples of women who did business in the Bible and were still virtuous? Not only the example of the virtuous woman, are there any other biblical example? This and more is our conversation for today. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for the conversation. Make sure you share the link with friends and, of course, invite other people to come so that we can exchange together. It is a platform. Sompon Social Service is your platform, is my platform, where we come together on a weekly basis. We exchange knowledge, we exchange information, but above all, we network so that we can better add value to ourselves. Up to now, you have heard me said many times, my entire purpose in life is to add value, adding value to the life of other people so that they can also fulfill the purpose for which they were born. So if you are here and you are still wanting to know what is my purpose, why am I born? Did God create me? I know many Christians say that God created them to be saved. Their purpose in life is to be saved. Now, That's an amazing one. That's an excellent one. That's a religious principle and thought, which is amazingly good to be saved. But after you have been saved, what next? That's the kind of conversation we want to share today. So let's go to the beginning. What does God even say? Is there any passage in the Bible that even talks about business? Can we get back there to the origin to say what business is all about? Is it any word that can refer us back again to business so that we can really say, hey, we are talking some things that are really related to business, also from your very words that you are reading. So I remember so well that apart from Genesis chapter, because I love the book of Genesis, and today I'm going to be talking a little more about the Bible because somehow I felt in my spirit today that the Bible is also one of the most important books that we should be using. I use that not only because I'm a Christian, but because they are very fundamental human rights in the Bible. and and if you really want to live a just life, a life that is fair, then the Bible can be a very good law book. It can also be a very good psychological book to help you regain back your mind. A fantastic book. So do not miss to use that, even if you're not a Christian, even if you're not um, a religious person. Put that one as one of the books for you to just be inspired and also be transformed. So and you will be surprised at the amazing benefit that is in that book. So let's see in that book, the prophet or the apostle Luke says something. He says and takes the example of 10 people. He had 10 servants, and he gave them each of these servants miners, and he said to them, engage in business until I come. Okay, now there's diverse conversation going on around this, and my question today was these 10 people they gave this miners to, these 10 people they gave this talents to, these 10 people they gave this gift to, these 10 people they gave them seed capital, and they said, go engage in business until I come. What who were they? Were they only the male gender? Who were these 10 people? Can one look at these 10 people and say, hey, these 10 people, women were excluded from them? What were they supposed to do? What kind of business? Was it described the kind of business they were supposed to do? And that takes us to the definition of business. What is business? So if you're here, let me know what you think business is all about. But now, from my own experience, I am having diverse businesses, and I've been doing that for the past 12 years. And in all these diverse businesses, my simple definition for what a business is an activity you do on a regular basis diligently, not just regular, but diligently doing that activity, not alone, with other people, and of course with the intention, the hope, and the expectation of getting a reward. Now these activities that you may be doing, the essence of them or of it is just one or two. The purpose is to add value to the life of other people. Now let's take an example of someone that is selling um, potatoes or selling chicken. So you are selling eggs or chicken, and you're selling very good eggs, like my sister Anna, who produces eggs and sells real bio eggs, right? Now, what is the intention? When I had a conversation with her, she said, I want people to enjoy good eggs, right? Now, what is that? It is helping people to be able to have good egg so that they can enjoy eggs that will also add value to their body, to their health. So in what area is she working? Unconsciously to her, she's working and adding value in the lives of people in the area of wellness, health, without even being conscious of it. Right. So, and that is business. So she gets up every day. She goes to her farm. She takes care of these chickens. She gives them food, good food, so that when you buy the eggs from her, you can really get also the taste of the bio egg from that, right? So, and the Bible says when you do that diligently every day, the same hour you go out and do, be very sure you will sit amongst great men and women. Now, question: did that verse limit it only to men, or was it open for everyone? Another example is the example of I have a wonderful woman who also, I love her granite sweet. I'm just calling her name because I just ordered again some few today, and she does amazingly good ones. And so just imagine that she is doing that consistently, consciously, diligently. Do you think she'll be able to sit among great men? Yes. Is that business? Yes. What kind of business? She's adding value to my life. Each time I get from her, I have reduced the time I would have done it myself. In fact, I can give it out as gift and people can also enjoy it. So, business is doing an activity, an innovative activity. It could be the same activities, you do it in an innovative way, diligently, daily, every now and every day, and of course, adding value to the lives of people. And when you do this, then you are doing business. Question: can a Christian do business? Now I'm having my here with me. You're welcome to the studio. How are you, ma'am?
Thank you very much, Mrs. Vera. I'm very fine by God's grace, and I thank you for inviting me in this platform, which we are going to talk about women and business and empowerment. So I'm very excited, and I'm very happy to be here on this platform because I'm so empowered that I need to empower some women also tonight as well through this your platform. And I thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you very much. I open the floor to everyone that if you're out there and you want to also join the studio, let me know. Then there's a link I would send to you, and then you can join the studio. Ma'am, tell us, is doing business Christian women, can they do business? If yes, why? If yeah, if not, why not?
Actually, I believe that Christian women they have to do business because, as you said, we have to talk a bit about Bible. It is very important. When we see the Genesis of Bible from Genesis to Revelation, we see how God, from the beginning, how God created man and how He put Adam, in the Garden of Eden to work, and how He sent His partner Eve. So Eve did not come there normally just to sit and see Adam walk. I know that Eve was also supporting Adam in one way or the other. And we come also in the book of Proverbs chapter 21, which is a very wonderful thing, which talk about virtuous woman. And one thing that suits me a lot on this Bible passages is about what the virtuous woman does. So a virtuous woman is not is somebody who sleeps. So which means Christians women are allowed to do business because we have a lot of examples. Because if you see what the Bible says from verse 10 of Proverbs chapter 31, you will see that the Bible will say, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. You see, the heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. So if you are a woman, you are married, you can also do business in order to support your husband. There are a lot of businesses you can do. The business is not only to your own business is not just to be a housewife, because some people said my own business is to be a housewife. My husband is going to work. I am at home. No, that's not a business. The Bible did not say a virtuous woman business or just to sit down. She does good to her husband all her life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. With what? With her hands. That's what the virtuous woman does. If you see Proverbs chapter 31, verse 12, that's what she said. In verse 13, sorry. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. You understand? She is like the merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar. So tell me now, how will a virtuous woman or a Christian woman not do business? She's allowed to do business, which is very important. So
Thank
for
you very
me,
much, ma'am.
yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
come to the end for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Go on, ma'am. For you, a
Okay,
business.
okay, yeah. So we see also in the Bible, we see the case of Lydia. Lydia was one of the successful businesswomen in the Bible. You know, this is very
What was she
important.
doing? What did Lydia do? What was she doing? What was her business?
As she was a woman who died and sold purple clothes, you know, a material used by wet
Exactly.
and a light of the day, something like that. So, you know, Lydia was not a lazy woman. She really worked a lot, and she was not just like doing just business, but she was also in the ministry. Because some of our women today, they will say, I am a child of God. As I'm a child of God, I am following what the Bible is saying. The Bible says I have to be a housewife. I have to honor my husband. I have to be under my husband. It's true, you have to be a housewife. You have to be under your husband. But it does not mean that you leave this man alone. That you are the neck, the husband is the head. So the neck support the head.
I like this example, ma'am. I want to come in there to ask you. I like the way you explain it now. You know, I have seen many also who really say this. It's written that the man is supposed to take care and do all these things, and then we are living in a world, in a community, in a world, in a society where you really realize that the so-called men are really unable to meet the needs of the family, of the wife, of the husband, of himself, of his father who may be sick, of his mother who may be sick, of his mother-in-law, his sister-in-law, his brother-in-law, and all these other people then with the ministry and all that. And then an amazing woman, sister, sits and say, no, 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 it is the duty of the man to do business. And then we have, of course, other men who say, no, 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 the assignment of the woman is to help. Now, my question is that what is helping? Can There's a pastor who is asking, Pastor Richard is asking, the question is, what is business, ma'am? What do you think business is?
Okay, business is the act of doing one thing for order to seek your daily bread. We have different forms of business. That's another form of business. Another business is the act of taking care of the family. You understand? You're not getting
But
any
the
money.
business of taking care of the family, you don't have financially gain.
You don't have any financially gain. But
You
that
know,
is also
because
business.
Lydia was taking care of the ministry, but she was selling purple dresses. So there
Yes.
was financial gain coming in.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to explain is I just want to put some things into detail. Because I want to analyze some things so that some people may understand why I'm saying like that. Because this business I'm trying to analyze like this, it does not mean that it's only a part, but it's a head of business. You have to combine together. Once you have the business of there's another business which is the business of taking care of the home. There's another business which is a business of going out there and get something for the family. There's another business which is a business of maybe supporting your brother-in-law, your sister-in-law, or whatsoever, as you are saying. That is also another form of business. We have different forms of business, but the general form of business the meaning is to bring some resources, you know, to your family account or to the society. You know, that is the general form of business. But inside the general form of business, which is the head like financial needs, we still have these small businesses that belongs also to it, which is the businesses of taking care of the family, the businesses of taking care of the society, and even giving yourself even free is also a form of business. You understand? So, and Jesus Christ himself, when he came, he said
Selflessness.
his business is to come and do the work of him who sent him. That was a work
And
that
he has the biggest company worldwide, no? I
very
mean, he
good.
has the biggest company worldwide. His
Very
company, I mean, will never die because he has systems that he has put in place, and these systems keep reproducing. You know, so the organization and the church in its own is a business that he installed here on earth. And so, yes, thank you. That diverse kinds of businesses, and all of these businesses, in one way or the other, bring reward. to the person, and the reward could be in form of cash or again in form of a gift of any kind. But a business somehow brings a reward, right?
Yeah, it's very big rewards, which is very important. So that's why
Mm.
I'm just here to encourage some of our sisters, some of our women, because I have had a lot of, working also with the church. So I have had a lot of complaints, maybe from some people with cancer, and a lot of problems here and there, because one, the men are working and their money or their salary is not enough to take care of the family. And because of that, the women always constantly have problem with their husbands. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? They love their husband. The husband loves them. But because of this financial lack, there's a hole that is sinking. There's something
Mm-hmm.
that is going out, and this is truth. We need to speak the truth to the people. There are a lot of people, they will have this, but they still bear it like that. It does not supposed to be like that. My sister, my brother, if you have 50 euro, you can start a business. 50
Mm-hmm.
euro. I'm telling you, me, I
What
use
kind
50
of
euro.
business can we start? What kind of business can we start with 50 euro? Now we know the examples of Lydia. She was having this purple clothes. She was selling clothes. We also know. I also know of the example of Priscilla, who was also doing amazing stuff. What kind of business in these days can you start with 50 euros, ma'am?
Thank you very much for this question, my sister. I want to take my own self like an example. Now I have files, right? I have more than 28 files now, right? Now, do you know how I started? I
No.
started with like 35 euro. I bought the two set of files. When I started laying eggs, that was the business I was setting already. Because I knew I'm going to be at home, I'm not going to work. And, I have to take care of my baby that is coming soon. So I don't just have to sit like that, not doing anything, watching my husband. I have almost 30, 40, almost 40 something euro. I bought the first set of chickens. They started laying little eggs. And they were laying. Do you know that I just was just like, they were laying eggs. I was keeping it. You understand? So when we were eating, the one we were keeping, I saw that no, this thing, I can now start selling those eggs. I started with that small amount of egg the fowl were laying. I started selling it since it's organic. I started selling very 10 eggs for 3 years, and people were buying. So before you know, that small capital I had, it was added, and I had to go and collect 10 fowls more. You understand? 10 more chickens.
Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing. And now that's how I sold the eggs of those 10 chicken plus the one I had. And so before you know, I went and collected some another set of chicken again. I think like I don't know, I think like 5. I added before you know, I collected some asset again, just like that. As the money is growing, I'm growing the business. Before you know, very soon I'm already in the budget of having at least more than 50 chickens. If not all of
Amazing.
them,
I'm so proud of what you do and how you started it. You are a
yes,
real example to say that think big and then start small. We have the
yes,
concept of thinking big and starting small. And the last conversation on Sunday last time, we had a conversation with Francois Chukwuemeka, who really gave us the elaboration of how to think big and then, of course, start small. And he said your focus should only be on that big level, right? At that
yes,
level, and then you take one step after the other, because and you should stop looking at those steps you are taking. Just keep doing. Now when you were talking, I remember that we had women who were grinding millets in the Bible. That's why in Matthew 24:41 it says 2 women shall be grinding at the mill. So I
yes,
guess that they were also doing their own business of grinding these millets. And that reminded me of my own mother. When we went to, when we built, my parents built in a city, and they were like almost the first people who were there. There were not really many people by then. And so she was the first person who started up a grinding millet space. And this was not
yes,
a kind of exaggeratedly expensive kind of business, right? And she always did something all her life. She always wanted to do something, and she always did something. And so I think that it's really important for women, especially godly Christian women, to understand how important it is to also fulfill calling and destiny. Now, I'm seeing here Mr. Richard Sompon is saying that according to the dictionary, business is a person's regular occupation or trade. Thank you very much, Mr. Richard Sompon. We appreciate your presence and thank you for your enormous contributions. We also want to appreciate the presence of Madam Batimona Abeke, head of my people. Ma'am, you're welcome. Thank you very much for being here today. And she said, business is biblical. Our today's Sunday school lesson was on goal setting. Thank you very much, ma'am. So you can contribute a lot. If you have anything to add to that, I send you the link and you can join in the platform or in the studio to give us more insight on the business and setting goals. Ma'am, what do you think about goal setting? Your story is such an amazing story. How you started with such a small amount of money, and when I see what has come out of the small, I mean, wasn't like 40, it was like 45 euro, you said,
Yeah,
and then
something.
you're seeing, you see the number of eggs you sell out there, and you see the number of chickens you have. I'm always dumbfounded to see what you can do with so much little. I'm so it's such an inspiration, and for me it's again a reason to say no one can just stay, not just stay, you can just make the business of being at home doing the ministry is an amazing business anywhere, and not being able to sustain the ministry needs a lot of money. And
Yes.
so men and women in ministry must be able to be financially independent so that they can be able to sustain the ministry. And so, ma'am, I don't still get and understand where it comes from, the mindset that women must not do business. And on the other side, they say women are helpers. What a paradox. What does this mean?
For me, according to the sites that people say women should not do business, some of these sites is going to the men. It depends, because there are some men, they will actually say they don't want their woman to do anything. They just want their woman to sit home and then take care of the children, and then take care of the family, just like that. That's all they want, And some of those women, I don't blame them, because their men also, they need to support those women to understand. Because even if you are a millionaire, even if you are a billionaire, allow your wife to have something at the side so that she will occupy her own self. There's something we call there's some feelings that used to keep us, when you do some things like a routine. When you do something like a routine, sometimes it's even boring. You need always to do maybe some other things, to tune up, so that you will just reflect your mind. When you're doing something like a routine, you will find yourself even sometimes very depressed. So this business of women don't have to do business, for me, I am not against, and I'm still for it. But for me, I cannot do like that, because I think that our women in the Bible, from the virtuous women, they were all active. They were doing something. They are there for their children. They are there for their husband. But still, they are still doing something very important outside their family. So for me, and my own advice that I can give the people who think that they cannot do anything, it's not good to do a routine, because I know many people, I don't mean only one, I mean many people who they have got married to rich men, and they got married, the rich man says, sit home, don't do anything. And before you know, one day this rich man will just get up and say, okay, it's sure some of those women are enslaved. Some of them, the men treat them like slaves. Because everything, yes, sir, yes, sir. You don't have to even enslave the woman, by the way. If you say your woman will go to work, she will sit home and take care of your home. Give her that respect 100%. Because even now, woman is doing at home, going to drop the children at school, pick them up, doing this, cleaning the house, cooking, is also a job while you are going to your job. You understand?
Amazing. I want to come in here. This is a very important point. This is a very important point because most of the time, even when some of the men say no, stay at home, what baffles me is the fact that they are not conscious enough to say, to understand that even though she's at home, she also needs pocket money. Now, and I've very few, I've seen very few. I want to be precise with African men, and I've seen very few African men, and even those who say Christian, to say I'm giving regularly pocket money for my wife for being at home without any insult or without any pride of life added to it. And so maybe one of the reasons why some women will say, oh, no, no, I just can't continue this. I remember I read a book about an amazing woman who one day went to the husband and asked her husband, honey, I need some money. And the husband, out of the arrogance, asked her the question, what do you want to do with money? So she left that day and said, no day again will she ever ask. She needs to work with her hands. Because alone that question, what do you want to do with money? Where as if she's a child that she doesn't know the need and the use of money. And added to this was a husband who would not even give that woman pocket money. And there are a lot of things that women need without necessarily asking the man to provide. I mean, if I just look at, if you're tired at times, you just want to go and relax somewhere, and you may not say I want to go and relax, you just want to have your calmness, your peace of mind. And if you have to explain every detail, oh, I need the money because I want to go and rest, do you think you'll be able to give you the money like that because you want to go and rest? I'm not very sure. I've seen very few then, right? And then another challenge, or another, in addition to what you said, is that work is also like a therapy. I just don't see myself just being at home, because it's an amazing way to get yourself out of any form of depression, isolation, any thought and wicked thought, because somehow the Bible says, there's a proverb, they say, an idle mind is a devil's workshop, right? So
Yeah.
the more you're idle, the more some things come in there that were not supposed to come in there. Let's get some comments from the public. Matimonia Becker says, who are these men saying women women should not work? Is working at home not work? And now, thank you, ma'am, for this. Working at home is a powerful work, and unfortunately, not recognized because they don't have the financial gain in it, and not even the recognition. I remember another story of of a woman who kept telling me, my husband keeps complaining, you're doing nothing, you do nothing, you just do nothing. And she's asking, I'm doing nothing, but I get up in the morning at 5 o'clock, taking care of the children. I've already prepared the food in the morning, and before it's noon, I've gone to pick up the kids, and yet he complains I'm doing nothing. So the challenge with the work at home is because you have no financial recompensation somehow, and so most of the people think it is doing nothing. So that's also a trade, that's also a business, but the business that we need to really encourage in the society, encourage men to valorize this business, and of course add value, the financial gain to it, so that if the woman says, oh yes, you're right, let me be at home to take care of the family, she should not be seen as a slave. And but the mother said, please, someone to urgently coach coach this man. The world is moving very fast. That's true, ma'am. The world is really moving so fast, and if you're not careful, that's why we have many men committing suicide nowadays. And I've gone this far to say that a man who cannot cook, the mother made a whole lot of mistake. So I'm really encouraging all men, everybody. Cooking is a basic human right for every human being. That you should know how to cook, you should know how to do those basic business stuff at home, so that you can be able to survive even if nobody is around. Back to business conversation, ma'am. Tell us more about your own business. How did you start your own business? And you are a godly woman.
Okay. As I said it about my chicken business. I started with a very small capital, and I just believe that, this was just trying, my business. But, I had a courage, because I have had a lot of business plans in my life, but I didn't achieve it. Why? Because I didn't put it into practice. Then, and I said that, till when am I going to wait until business is put into practice? So, and I decided to take that bold step and say, okay, no matter the capital I have, because I must not wait for the 20,000 euro I will have before in my hand before I go and do business, or I will not wait to go and see the government first. Because even if you want to go and see the government to support you, you must also show them something. You must bring something out. So, and I said to myself, I don't have to limit myself this way. So I have to put down this money, and I started it little by little. The more the eggs are adding, the more the money is adding. And now I am even having a lot of customers in such a way that now I am the one who is lacking the product to produce to the customers. Because as they consume my eggs, they say these eggs are really organic. It tastes very good. It's really nice. It's natural fowl. And my fowls, I don't use electric like those other electric things to to push up the fowl so that the fowl should lay eggs. All those chemicals, gen technique whatsoever, feeding they give them, all those things. So I try to nurture my fowls in a natural way. And believe me, my people, you can't imagine, just in a week like this, I can have more than 100 eggs now. I can have more than 100 eggs a week, but this week I will even have more than 100 and something a week. It's going to add, because from today it added. So from today the main production added, because my new fowls are laying now. So the egg production is adding every day, so which is very important. And we need to consume also very organic things, especially for the health of our children and for us also, and for the community. So this business is not just to help myself, just as Vera said. So it's also to help the community to live healthy. As she said, I'm even doing something that I might not even know. She's very true. I remember she told me one time, I can even turn this to an organization, or to a health organization. I'm also empowered by Mrs. Vera. I'm empowered by these programs that she does here, because believe me, there are even some additional business I'm doing behind this fowl production, as well chickens production and eggs and so on. Normally, very soon I'll be selling chickens also. So I've already everything is already planned. So, but apart of the chicken business and the eggs, I also have some things that I'm doing behind it. And I'm also I want to tell you, people, women, programs like this, Sompon social TV programs, we need to be watching it. We need to get empowered. I'm so very empowered by this your programs, Mrs. Vera. You can't imagine. I think I once told you. I sell eggs. I sell soya. I still took some capital from that egg money. Let me tell you how much. The first capital of soya was 30 euros. Women, don't sleep. I used 30 euro. I bought meat for 30 euro. I sliced it. And then when I roasted it, I did everything. I put on the stick. Brethren, my gain was 40 euro.
Wow.
Because I'm selling a stick for 1 euro. So if I put like 5 pieces of meat, on the stick, it costs already 1 euro. And I slice it myself. Sometimes I'll tell the people to slice it. And I spice it very well. When you eat it, it's at the taste of our African taste that you don't have here. And I do it on the firewood fire, because I have a lot of space. So I do it with firewood, with good smells. We taste it, you're eating a very nice meat. You don't even know this, that meat here doesn't
I am saliving now, so I'm already
I want to encourage our women. Let me tell you, in the space of 2 weeks, I got 300 euros of gains for selling soya. 3 times a week, I sold the soya, because the guy told me I should bring in the Afro shop 3 times a week. So that was the beginning.
This is so powerful, ma'am. This is powerful. This is very powerful.
Yes, I got 300 euros. So if I'm talking about soya now, I'll be counting 1,000 euros of gains. It's not even up to 3 months. So, brethren, I want to encourage the women. You see, there's nothing small to start. And now, let me tell you, not only swear behind it, I now added, when I still came on Sompon TV business conversation, I still got empowered. I said, this woman is telling me that this corona time, don't say you cannot do anything. I said, I started doing takeaway restaurant. Every Saturday now, that's another new business that I added. Every Saturday, people command a tune from me.
Wow.
So, one plate is 10 euro. No discussion. One plate is 10 euro.
Wow.
Then people will just sit like this. They will just command maybe 5 plates, 6 plates. That's already 60 euros. But let me tell you, for Achu Capital, I always note everything. For Achu Capital, I use 30 euro. I bought I bought the towel, I bought the meat, and the meat I smoke it. That's a secret. That's why they like my Achu soup, because I smoke the meat. I have the opportunity to smoke it on my backyard. Since my backyard is big, I don't have neighbors who disturb me, so I'm very unique. So I smoke my beef before I put it in the atu soup. And you know, this atu spices is very good for the immune system. We are in Europe, or even if you are in Africa, you are in Cameroon, everywhere. You can start something. You cannot, there's no excuse for you, woman, to say, in here it's difficult. I had one of my friends said, you know, as I told her this is the thing I'm doing, she said, you know, that it's easy to do. I said, what is easier to do? I said, that is easier for you to do, because even the spices you have here is very expensive. It's only when I see somebody going to Cameroon that I tell them to come. Like, I want to tell your husband, Vera, when he went to Cameroon, he bought me the spices like this. I'm just like, I've won a big business. You know?
Yes, I told you that you took all my space. So I had practically nothing because you took the entire space. Thank you very much, and for this amazing, powerful conversation with you. And Batimona Beke says, hey, I'm so fascinated by the power in you. Even after Corona, she intends to visit you with other women so that you can also empower other women. I'm very fascinated about that. And then we also have
my last things I'm doing. I wanted to add on to it. So women, you people should wake up. I'm doing also there's a leaf I said, they call it saw leaf. This is very healthy. And our people in Africa that's very ignorant about these leaves. That is my empowered thing. Even when I was working, when I go to late shift, I come back in the night, I just take a glass, I drink. When I get up in the morning, it's just like I've not even worked. It's so very empowering. It fights, it's 10 times stronger than 10,000 times stronger than chemotherapy for cancer. So it's a very nice tea. You can also drink it to boost your system. So I told my father to send me this tea. When I go to the internet and make the researches, you can start business somewhere, brethren. So when I got the research, I saw that this tea is very empowering, and I want to do it. Everything must be natural. So I had my mother-in-law who came, and she was having swollen foot. And I said, okay, this is let me try this tea on her also, because it works against salt and all those things. But then do some researches, go on internet, search, do a lot of things. Don't sit down and lazy yourself or nothing. So when I use it, so I solved it, I discovered it works. In 2 weeks' time, in the space of 2 weeks' time, my mother-in-law foods were already low, and the salt was disappeared. That means the swelling was gone. And I said, this leaf is very good. I brought this leaf to my colleagues at a Mercedes-Benz. When I bought it, Germans, they were not even arguing, because they know that number one, I'm a woman of God. Everything I say is truth. They know that me, I am not playing lie. So I told them this tea is a very good tea. And they say, how much can I sell it? So I said, if you want to sell this tea, I give 50 leaves for 25 euros. And I agreed. And we put it on test. They took it. Somebody would take 200 leaves for 100 euros. So that's how I did. And before you know, I got the business of this sourced leaf. Every time they send to me from Cameroon, and from Africa, and this is very important. And let me tell you the testimony of this leaf. Somebody was sick of sugar, and the man took it. The man was first of all having swollen eye. He was supposed to be operated. The doctor said he cannot operate his eyes because he's having diabetes. Diabetes is not a very good thing for operation. So because of that, they refused to operate the eye, and the man, they stopped him to drive because he couldn't see well. So, but the wife was my colleague there at Mercedes, and so what I did is, and I told the wife, okay, this is what I'm selling. This is my business. Why don't you try like this brother? He has lungs problem. He smoke a lot. All those Germans who smoke, they come to me to buy it because it helps them for their lungs. It helps for lungs. Just take a glass every day, for 3 weeks, And for those who have diabetes, just in fact, like in the space of 1 month, 1 month and a half, this man took this social lifties. I have the WhatsApp message. I've sent it to Vera. I've sent it to so many people, like a testimony that the woman sent to me. She sent a testimony. She said God has done wonderful thing, that the husband is now healed from the diabetes. The sugar level has become normal. They cannot operate his eyes. The struggle is gone, you know. So that means the struggle is no more there. So everything is fine with him now. She's very happy, and the husband is also happy. So, you know, before you know, this is how I got a market of soya soft leaf. And now when they want it to send me, and I will always be sending it and sending it. So please, women, anything you have that is natural and beautiful and good, that you can create yourself, that you can you think that it can bring something to you. Come on, do it. Don't waste time. Don't ask yourself questions.
Come on, do it. Come on, do it. That's what she said. Ma'am, I just want to come in here. Amazing what you're doing. Now, I just wanted to count the side hustles that you have. And this is what big book people will say passive income. You know, these big book people, when they sit on their computers, they will bring the name passive income. But now this is exactly what you're doing. You have so many of the passive incomes, right? Side hustling. Now you're selling the chicken, you're selling the soya, you're selling the food that takes, take away, and now you're selling the scorosol, the tea. Amazing. And all this, your business you just cited, none of them is more than 50 euros a capital. This is amazing.
None of them
powerful.
Is more than capital. None of them.
Powerful. Ma'am, tell me, what are the 3 main or the 4 main keys you will say are the things that if you do, you can really start up a business?
Okay, for number 1, what I can say you can do to start up a business. Number 1, don't minimize yourself. Don't waste too much time. Just keep in onto what you want to do, no matter how little it is. Despise not your little beginning. Because
hallelujah,
the later end is going to be very great. Believe me. So put a step forward. Maybe you have been behind, you know. So the first power key is to put your step forward. Try. Just like you are trying to cross a bridge, and the bridge stick is just a tiny stick like this. You remember in Africa, we used to cross some rivers, and you are afraid that you are going to fall into that water. No, let me tell you, brethren, you are not going to fall into that water. Put your step there, go forward, kick. Or if you have, it's just like somebody who have a car, just, gear up the car and then go little by little, not too fast. The little money you have, don't despise it. I mean, even if it's 10 euro, you can use 10 euro and fry granite sweets. There's somebody now here in Bremen. She's just frying only granite sweets. She started with 10 euro. She's empowered now. She's frying just granite sweets. And now, before you know, she's selling it, little bit to 1 euro. You know how much she used 10 euro to buy granules to fry it. You know how much she will become for that 10 euro. Sugar is not even up to 50 cents, something like that. And she just mixes it with sugar, and she's just tying it on the parcel and sell it to the people. You don't know how much is coming. So please, number 2, never you be discouraged. If somebody comes to you and puts maybe some knock out in your ear and say, do you think that you are going to succeed? Brother, I'm telling you, I have come across this. I know what it means. That's why for some years I have had my own business plan and could not do it because I have had some people who discourage me. So make sure you get empowered with those people who are empowered you. That's number 3. Those who search for those people who can empower you, those people who can advise you, those people who can push you forward. Those people will tell you can make it. It's sometimes we used to say, we used to like us Christians women, we say it's the devil. No, don't accuse the devil all the time. The devil has nothing to do with
the devil will even say, I don't know anything, or what you're saying now, my hand is not in it.
You say no, it's the devil. No. You are stronger than the devil, Christian woman. You are stronger than the devil. If I was saying the devil, I would not even use 30 euro to go and buy meat and gain 40 euro of gain. Are you getting me? So I am an overcomer. You make sure number 4, make sure you have the belief of an overcomer. You overcome all the obstacles. The beginning is never easy. I will tell you the truth. But the end, not even the end, the middle, because I'm getting a very big breakthrough on my ex business now. I'm getting a very big breakthrough, and Now my goals are bigger than the beginning, the little beginning goals. The goals of the
Mm,
beginning were very little, but now the goals are getting very large because I have to selling
mm,
also the chickens very soon, the old layers,
mm.
and then getting the new layers. And now I also have my own machine to produce those fowls. You know,
Wow.
I have my own.
This woman, you baffled.
Yes,
You're such a
I will
powerhouse.
produce the chicken very soon. Yes, I will produce them and I will be selling them also. Like
I'm
me, I
so
go to
proud
buy
of
chicken.
you.
Yes,
Mm,
and those things are natural because this man who produced this is pure chicken and said to us, it's very expensive for one chicken.
mm.
So by me now, if I produce my own, and my own is really village chicken. In fact, village, my chicken will be called village chicken. That's this, or my
Amen.
called
Village chicken.
village eggs. My soya, village soya, everything is village because it's really natural. You know,
Mm.
if you didn't eat my soya, you're going to get healed maybe for some diseases. Believe me, because when I
Uh,
try it,
ma'am, I have to come in here. Let me come in. I have to come in and get some. Your power is powerful. I am
yes,
so proud of your energy and thank God for that. Let me
yes,
read some of the comments and so you can make use of the comments as well. Maybe at the end of this, make sure you go to the comment sections and then answer the questions of some of the people there and maybe also network with the people there. I see Mary De Caro says, please, I think she's talking about the team. Make sure you connect with Mary DeCaro and she
okay.
may and then get in touch with her so that you can also send her the team. Thank you so much. I'm seeing Aliva who says, wow, you're such a multitask and inspiring lady. I am amazed by your energy. It is an energy that bubbles from you, right? That is bubbling everywhere. Thank you so much. And but Mona Abeke is already networking you with other people. She says that in Cologne we have Phoebe Saiter, in Osnabrück we have Helen Ninteman, Aldwin, Predesonal Catering. Please network and promote each other. So please do well to get in touch with these people after this so that maybe you can network with them and then just get to know them and exchange. You can have other businesses coming out of that. And Maggie Eckhoff, Maggie, you're welcome. Says, I am overcome. I love that. Thank you, Maggie. I tell you, I'm loving the conversation with this woman of God. And but Anna Becky says, leave the devil out of this. After which you say, people say the devil, she say, oh, no, no, leave the devil out of this. And I'm happy to see also Helen Nittelman, who is already replying to Helen Abeke and say, thank you, dear Helen. So please, when you get to the program on Facebook, please get in touch with her so that you can really network. It can be an amazing beginning for your business also. And for being title, you're welcome. She says, thank you for coming. You're welcome, all of you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing also Sherly Ndasi who says, start with whatever you have. Just start. And ma'am, in your conversation, you said that, oh, I'm also seeing Eco said, congratulations, ma'am, for a courageous venture. The thing, they think big, start small spirit. It takes courage and passion. Thank you, Ekome, for being here. And yes, that is true. Mary De Caro said, wow, a powerful woman. You are just powerful. And she goes further to say, thank you so much for this powerful woman. And yes, it's the tea. So she confirmed once the tea, please network with her so you can get the tea. And of course, my husband Richard Sompon says, you're amazing. God bless you abundantly. Thank you very much, ma'am. You're just getting everybody here. You know, the fire in you. Yes, this is exactly what we need. And back to the point, what it takes, the four keys. You said one, price, not the little beginning. So it's so important. Little as it is, just start. And secondly, you said, don't give up. Don't be discouraged. Thirdly, you said, network with the right people. This is amazing principles that you have just given to us. And I'm hoping that women women out there can listen to us and make good use of it. And I'm also hoping for you that, of course, you're going to have lots of business partners networking with you. And yes, the Mona Becker is just doing the networking for you here. Carol Mulenbrook is also an official caretaker and on fire. So she's just networking everybody here for you. So just get in touch with all of them. Go to the Facebook page, get in touch with these people who are all doing businesses, just like you are also doing. And Sherly Ndasi, you're just a bunch of energy. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. Now, give us the last word for today. It's almost 58 minutes and it goes too quick. You have the possibility now to tell us, hey, you're talking to everyone out there listening to you. What should we know before you go home?
Thank you very much, Vera, Sompon. Thank you, everyone, for connecting. Thank you for your lovely comments, and thank you for empowering me much, because your comment always also empower me so much. I even forgot to tell you about my REM shop. I have an online shop, REM's shop. So if you just go on www.remshop, we have it also on Facebook. Just type www.remshop, or you just tap REM shops, on Facebook. You will get my shop there. We also sell some things online. We are also going to make it very big very soon. So my last word to the people is that they should never be discouraged in life, no matter wheresoever they find themselves, especially to women. Tomorrow is our Women Day. I want you to be empowered. I remember one Women Day I cried, but I said to myself, it will never repeat itself. Why do I cry? Because that day I went to take my German nationality, and this man said a word to me which made me to cry. I had to call my husband to come and meet me there. And I was just like, a woman that this man is making me to cry. I don't have to cry. I have to be empowered. So no matter whosoever, is trying to pull you down, rise up and show that person that you are an overcomer. Be an overcomer. Be like a deer. If Vera will ask me what type of animal I want to be, I will tell her I want to be as a deer, because the deer, their feet, they go only on higher places. So I invite you to go on higher places. That is it. Dream high, dream big, stay focused on your dream and go forward. Don't waste time. No waste time, no turning back, no regret. Ahead. God bless you all.
Oh my God, we have to come back again for another conversation. I think I'm missing you for the Women Empowerment Week. I have to find a slot for you for the Women Empowerment Week. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are having the Women Online Empowerment Week, which is starting already tomorrow. We have amazing speakers like Miranda Obed, we have Betula Ketcher, we have Dr. Joy Alimanzon, and it's going to be moderated by Elvis Bolifor on the Monday conversation. On Tuesday, we are going to be having amazing people too, like Idrissa Ome and Batimona Abeke, talking on domestic violence. On Monday, it's about women rights and human rights. On Wednesday, we are going to be having also business women coming on board, telling us how to have independence, financial independence. On Thursday, we're going to have two doctors, Dr. Agnes and Dr. Papto, who is going to tell us the importance and the role of women in nation building. And on Friday, we're going to clown it up with leadership, women in leadership. Honorable Hetzbeck Farnham is going to be telling us tips, tricks, how to become an amazing leader. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining the conversation tonight. And please make sure you stay connected, stay safe, and God bless you. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye bye.
Bye.